scary. Seinfuck.
All right, yeah, some basic literacy tests.
Sort of. I'm going to ask you to read a few of these lyrics from a popular UK grime drill type beat called Badaden.
Okay, all right. I got it on the phone here. Let's try this out. Better done. Anywhere we see dem, we bang bun another one. Bus up 45 Nanko Remington. Any boy dis bala ton him skeleton. Bad man, we vibes can't done. Vibes can't done we kill sound boy fifam. Big bad man from Ada England. Baseline drop and I tear the whole place down. Nobody better than we, nobody better than we, nobody better than we, nobody better than we. Better done, bad from me born. Where you get your batter from.
I'm gonna ask you actually to halt there and just tell me what should come away with that. What does it tell you?
He's threatening his enemies, showing he's hard in the typical drill style.
So I'll send you a translation that someone on Reddit's provided.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, please.
There's a translation? Oh my god.
Yeah, there is actually. Yes, hold on. Let me see. So, nobody badder than me. Nobody badder than we. Nobody badder than we. Batter done. Worse than. Anywhere we observe them.
It's right under them. There you go.
We fire another shot at them. Retrieve my 45 caliber and my Remington 12 gauge. If any person speaks ill of me, I shall be forced to end their life. Men of ill character, our reputation cannot be tarnished. Our reputation cannot be tarnished, and we would end the life of a life sound technician for entertainment. Large men of ill character from the United Kingdom of Great Britain. When the baseline drops, it will do so with such force that the very structure of the building may be compromised.
Yeah, also, Sasha, if you could put some lovely orchestral music behind the translation of that beautiful track, Badaden, I would very much appreciate that. Thank you. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, I suppose it's time for that part in the podcast where I look away for a few minutes while you tell me how your week was. How was your week, Malcolm?
Oh man, it's been good. It's been busy. It's as always. I've been back on a movie kick. I've seen 2 more movies in theaters this week.
My God, he must be stopped.
But the movie I saw that I loved, which I want to talk about a little bit, is Dream Scenario with Nicolas Cage.
Mm-hmm.
He's back. He never left, but he's back.
The Cage Man's back.
My goat is back in the theaters.
He's so good. Oh my God, he's so good in that movie.
I saw the trailer for that. That was the one where there's a college professor who finds out that everyone is having a dream with him in it.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. It's like he's like an everyman. He's like a boring dude, and then all of a sudden, he just shows up in more and more people's dreams. But no, I was just gonna say one thing I loved is that they reference the fact that there was an old meme about a guy who everyone was dreaming of. It's I don't know if you remember seeing
the Dream Man.
Yeah, the Dream Man, and the fact for a moment I was like, is this movie gonna be kind of inspired by that? But no, it's totally different. But I love that in the movie they actually reference it. I feel weird also talking about this movie, at least right now as of recording, because I saw an early screening of it. It hasn't even come out yet. I went to a special early screening. But the thing that was crazy about this early screening was that I bought my tickets, and I show up to the theater, and then as soon as I get there, they're like, the theater, it's being delayed. And I'm like, I've never been to a movie theater where they're like, we're delaying the movie. I was
the screening's being delayed.
What? Did they say why?
No, they were just it's being delayed. They're like, oh, if you're here, just hang out in the lobby. We'll tell you what to do. And I'm like, all right. And then what happened was I went to the concession to go grab a drink and some candy. And they had an announcement, but they had no one it's just a random woman. It's not in a uniform. It's this is basically going to an AMC, and then all of a sudden they're like, special things happening, and you're people are like, I'm just trying to go see Miss Marvel, I'm like,
the Marvel.
And they're just standing there, and people are standing there like, what? And they're like, if you're going to the screening of Dream Scenario, we've now moved it. But they didn't tell you where they were moving it. So everyone's standing, it's where? And she's just like, we'll have that information soon. I'm like, what? You can't make this announcement and not have all the information. So what
They
happened?
caught employees fucking in the theater. That's what happened. They couldn't clean the seats in time. Well, what do you want them to do, Malcolm? Stand up on the concession counter just like, sorry, everybody, sorry. There is cum everywhere. We cannot, in good conscience, let you sit in those chairs.
Note.
I would have loved that. That would have been more honest. I love, honesty is the best policy. But so that happens. We're again standing there. The screening's in like, cinema like 13. And so we're like, okay, but we get there. They're like, it's a different layout. So just, you can kind of sit wherever you want. Sit close to where your seats were. It's a different layout. So it's not the same. So people are going like, where should I sit? And they're just like, so there was two managers and they would like look at it and be like, sit over there. Like they were just pointing at random. And the problem was the managers or the whoever would like kind of leave and come and go. And then people would go and show up. They'd be like, you're sitting in my seat. And they're like, oh, that's not how this is working right now. Like, it's like free for all. And they're like, no, but you're sitting in my seat. And then a manager would finally like notice and be like, oh no, it's a free for all now. And we're like,
yeah, this is the difference between the US and Canada for sure. In Canada, people are like, where should I sit? In the US, people would be like, get out of my way, you fucking penguin. I'll sit wherever the fuck I want at this point.
And so finally, they're going like, we're so sorry for the delays. As a reward, we're not going to play any trailers. We're just going to go right to the movie.
What? That is
the
not
reward.
a reward.
That's the worst. Who the fuck's ever complained about sitting through trailers at a movie? It's like half the experience.
Trailers are fun. It's where you eat all your popcorn.
That's horseshit.
And so I was like, okay. But the problem is because there wasn't like no trailers, they just started playing the movie, but no one dimmed the lights. So for the first like 3 minutes of the movie, all the house lights are on. And then there's people in the crowd going like, turn the fucking lights off. They're like, turn it off. And then finally they like dim the lights and then they keep watching the movie. And I did hear someone go like, why didn't they just restart the movie? Like you ruined the first two. And that was my thought too. I was like, listen, I'm okay, just restarting, but it was very much this haphazard, clumsy thing that was. And like the thing is they transferred, because it's all like digital projection. That was the other thing. We had to wait like 15 minutes so they could transfer the digital projection
from one the theater it was supposed to be in to
the other one. Yeah. And so it was just ridiculous. I felt insane. And then at that point also, I waited there. I ate all my candy and I was like, should I go get another bag of candy for the movie?
That's why you got to get the triple XL bag of popcorn, Malcolm, because you could eat half that bitch and you'll be like, God, I'm dying of thirst at this time. And the soda has only exacerbated the issue. I'm almost full at this point. And then you're still reaching in the bag of popcorn, because you're a sinful pile of gluttony, and you must consume the salted butter popcorn.
Do you ever do the how some theaters let you do like the special seasoning, like dill or sour cream and onion? Do you do the special?
No, I just dump movie theater butter on that.
Yeah,
bitch.
if I'm with a date, I can just add my own seasoning, so it's fine. What, in the little popcorn on the lap kind of deal? No.
Yeah, Robert grabs pepper from his fucking pocket,
No.
like fucking like a grinder, straight out of his pocket, pours it over the fucking popcorn. He's in the middle of the theater, and you just hear, and the people are like, "What the fuck is that?"
I'd kill for someone to see someone actually do that.
I was making a joke that I was putting my dick in the popcorn. Come on.
We knew that. We just didn't want to acknowledge it.
That's fair.
Robert, you messaged me the other day, right? You said Shaylee Arteri's husband, Yahav, was murdered by Hamas terrorists.
No, god damn it. Do I have to get fully into this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So read the statement first so that we have it on record.
Hold on. There is a disclaimer that I did write up specifically for this portion of the podcast.
Oh, he wrote a physical statement. I thought we were talking about the tweet that I was just referencing.
No, that is.
We'll do both. We'll have both on record.
Thank God.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. So this week I went down a rabbit hole, a fucking dark rabbit hole that made me question fucking everything. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror for a good hour. It was bad. But first, Sasha, insert this disclaimer wherever it is applicable. We at the Seinfuck podcast categorically condemn Hamas and its terrorist actions. We also condemn the excessive civilian deaths caused by the Israeli Defense Forces' subsequent retaliation. Criticism of the Israeli government, Zionism, the Likud party, as well as the IDF are not inherently anti-Semitic, just as condemning Hamas and its extremist policies is not inherently Islamophobic. Our sympathies lie with all the victims of this conflict, and we call for an immediate ceasefire so that the grounds can be laid for peace and an inevitable two-state solution. Anyway, about IDF Cum Squad.
All right.
So the whole fucking thing started when on Twitter, like Israel's official Twitter. Twitter is hell anyway. Get off of Twitter if you can. But Twitter posted this
and get on X.
Get the fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. Twitter, it's of the past. X, where it's at.
Shut the fuck up. So Israel's official X/Twitter account posted this story about with an animated graphic video, and it's still up, by the way. You can look it up. It's still them. They have not taken it down. And it reads, Shalia Tari's husband, Yahav, was murdered by Hamas terrorists. She did everything in her power to retrieve his sperm so that their dream of having more children, shut the fuck up, would live on even without Yahav. Unfortunately, she was unsuccessful. There are still so many families that we can save. Every minute counts. Bring back our children now. And then they have an animated graphic which tells the story of this woman trying to retrieve her husband's semen. Now, I want to, aside from the fact that it implies that Israel is
harvesting the gene seed of fallen souls, like
they're insinuating. I didn't know anything about this, so when I initially read this, I thought Israel, the nation of Israel, was insinuating necrophilia.
It still is, isn't it?
I originally sent this to the guys and I was like, what the fuck is this? What does this mean? And then I went down the rabbit hole and I found out apparently that the IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces, has a specialized sperm retrieval unit that works with the IDF. That guys, that soldiers, men and women, who are conscripted, by the way, they are not, this is mandated service, that they have a 24/7 sperm retrieval service because they have this thing called PSR, and that's called posthumous sperm retrieval. And it's when people, I can't almost say this with a straight face, they go in and find fallen soldiers and stick a cattle prod up their ass and and electrically stimulate their prostate and induce an ejaculation so that they can then recover their semen and freeze it and send it to their family, their wives or families.
Imagine that being like, I'm so sorry, but your husband is dead. He's fallen.
Here's his semen.
He's fallen, in the battle.
The battle against terrorists.
Anyways, here's a jar of his cum that we've been freezing.
Your husband bravely defended Zion from its enemies, and in order to perpetuate the Jewish race, here's his cum.
Stop, please.
You must bear his children.
What I would love, it would be, it's like they're like, we got the semen, and then like 18 years later, the like kid from the semen is like, does a 23andMe, and it turns out they gave him the wrong soldier semen.
This is the premise of a movie. We need to keep this under wraps.
A really fucked up movie.
Listen, Hollywood, we got pitches. We could do Seinfuck presents the Cum Squad.
Dude, can you imagine, by the way, Robert, you mentioned this was a conscription. Can you imagine getting the letter in the mail? You've been drafted to serve in the IDF. Your division, Cum Squad.
It's not a serious army.
No, it gets worse, guys, though. It gets worse.
How does it get worse?
They're posthumously harvesting cum. How do you mean it gets worse?
So I found this out as well. So they've got the 24/7 semen retrieval unit. But just why they have that, because
24/7?
in order to retrieve it, it has to be done within 24 hours. There's like an 80% efficacy rate after 18 hours in like a stably temperatured environment. Anyway,
How much reading did you do on this?
so fucking much. And this is not like some propaganda bullshit. You originally would, if you read this, you'd think it's bullshit. This is in the Israeli Times. They were proud about this.
This doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but to an ethno-state, I suppose it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Ooh. We
It
cannot
is.
get into that. I know
What
it
do
is.
you mean?
I know it is. We cannot stop.
Everyone knows it is. You get citizenship for being Jewish.
I get it. I've had Jewish girlfriends who did the thing, did the route.
I think we've all had a Jewish girlfriend, pal. Okay.
It's like coming home, which is
Oh, they're coming home, all right.
yes. I have to get into how this is worse. I have to get into it because I will
I'm sorry,
go insane
I hate to
if
blue ball
not.
the audience on how the fucking semen extraction unit further gets worse.
So this is something that has originated since 2014, okay? And this is something they've done with farm animals. This is technology existed for a while. Most of the time in like other like Western countries, they use it like they like hypodermic needles and extract it that way. Israel's the only country to do this in active combat. But originally, it was supposed to be that the wife of a fallen soldier requests the retrieval. If within 24 hours they harvest it, she gets it. And if like the guy's parents want it and eventually have a kid, to use another donor.
I don't want my mom to have my cum. I don't want that.
Your mom requests your cum?
Listen, there's a rumor that my mom listens to this podcast.
You need to let me dissect this point by point, Robert, or else I won't digest it. I'll just spit it out.
I get it. I know. Before this happened, though, you needed a waiver by a family court from the Israeli government. Now you don't. Do you know why?
I need a waiver to hear this, dude.
They're doing it to everybody. Everyone is.
You die in Israel.
They are automatically taking your semen.
Moshe, my beautiful Moshe.
And you die. You get your semen.
I think this is what they mean by birthright.
Robert, if I somehow convinced Israel that I was Jewish in hereditary by birth or whatever, and I just happened to kill myself in Israel, would they try to harvest my cum?
Yes. If they found you within 24 hours.
What if I was just pretending? Would they still make me come and try to steal my cum?
This is Harper. This is what they'll do. They'll check your pulse. If they don't feel a pulse, they're gonna spin you around and stick that rod up your ass.
You heard them, boys. You know how you fake getting around the fucking stenographs where you like clench your butt cheeks? You can do the same thing with your pulse. And the IDF will make you come. They are fit by law. They have to make you come.
So anyway, if you want a cattle prod stuck up your ass, conservative Israeli
yes, I do.
Imagine being like you get conscripted and you're like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to do something, and then it's like you're like, but my fetish is putting electric prods up people's asses.
My fetish is semen extracted.
Robert, just quickly, this is a way better deal than we get in the U.S. military because here they just put in your ass.
Here you get an automatic prescription for Viagra.
Listen, if you're looking to extract maximum loads, the IDF is the place to
go. Maximum payload.
You know what's funny about that too is that Israeli Defense Force pioneered the fucking like e-girl fed op situation where they have like TikTok stars posing in IDF uniforms.
They're in IDF uniforms and like people like duet it and it starts with the video and the guy's like, nope, cut out of it. It's military propaganda. Get out of it.
Maybe I should join the IDF.
Oh man, I think for me it's like they're calling Palestinians the animals, but I think the real animal is the people putting electric prods up there of dead soldiers' asses.
That was quite the riff you just sold there, Malcolm.
We gotta be careful of that one.
Yeah, Sasha, go ahead and cut that out. Actually, thanks, pal.
Thanks, buddy. We love you.
Can you put some some good klezmer here? Thanks.
I love good klezmer. I genuinely
not item bounce from music. Kirby's Air Ride, please. Good klezmer. Thank you. If you want to get your cum extracted, you have to join the IDF.
It goes even deeper into it, unfortunately, because there was the seaman arms race that was going on in Israeli prisons.
There was a wait. What do you mean in Israeli prisons?
I'm
What are
sorry.
you
Can you run that past me just as a criteria once more?
When I
There's no
say it
races.
is a seminal arms race, seaman in the literal sense is that there was a legit smuggling operation within Israeli prisons of
Where did I end up? Who turned on the Large Hadron Collider, and what alternate universe did I whack out in?
Oh my god!
Where they're fucking in prison, like they're fucking monitoring their subjects with cribbed fingers, just like, yes, it shows great potential. Put the electrical prod
this
up
reality
his
is very amusing.
ass. His orgasms amuse me greatly.
No, I mean it's literally that there was like a smuggling ring out of Israeli detention facilities where Palestinian men
Please, God, don't tell me they were smuggling cum. They were stealing cum out of Israeli prisons.
I can't not tell you that.
I'm leaving the podcast.
No. So apparently there was a smuggling ring where Palestinian men in prison in Israeli detention facilities would give their semen to men who were getting out of Israeli detention facilities.
How did they get it out?
Well, how do you think there, Harper? You want to give me a quick guess?
Ain't no way they keistered the goods out of Israeli prison.
Yeah, they did. They came in condoms.
This is next level.
And
U.S. prisoners, take note. Okay, you thought cocaine was the big score? Nah, it isn't.
And then they would the people who were getting out of prison would then give the condom full of semen.
They had condoms in that prison?
They snuck the condoms in. That's why they got outlawed.
It's easier to sneak the condoms in than the semen, don't you think?
There was also like an that might be something Sash has to cut. But
You think?
You should cut all of this.
I went on such a deep rabbit hole for this.
It's got like pages of notes. It's just Israeli cum doctrine, Palestinian cum wars.
Wait, no, my research, my years of research.
Robert's getting like stormed by IDF troops in the late night. They're looking for his fucking file. They pull out a manila folder and he's just like, no, my papers. And he steps on his foot. The jack-booted thug steps on his fucking steps on his hand, just like, thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Delilah.
No, but then, so they would smuggle out semen inside people's asses, and then the people who were getting out would then give that genetic component to their wives so that they could have more kids. Ironically enough, this coincided with a massive increase in the amount of frozen sperm in the IDF. So people were preemptively... Stop. I want to get off the merry-go-round. It's a clown world. It's a world that only makes sense if I'm in a big top circus.
It's not a serious nation.
This isn't real.
This only makes sense if I have like a big red nose and makeup.
I'm beginning to wonder if you made all this up.
It's not. No, it's real.
Put it on your life that you're not making this up.
I'm not making this up.
Then put it on your life. Say, on my life, I'm not making any of it up.
On my life, I found this all through the internet. Its exact accuracy is kind of nebulous, but this is real journalistic articles.
It's about Israel. It's probably true. Is there more to this, Robert? Have we reached the bottom of this yet?
That is the bottom of the barrel.
Can we just take a brief moment
to get off?
Whoa, Malcolm.
Is there a form that I can sign to have the same treatment, by the way, when I pass? Can they fucking like storm my fucking house? Just like in full military kit and fucking, they're just clearing all my loved ones out of the way. Get out of the way, get out of the way. They get a big fucking cattle prod and ram it up my fucking ass. Your terrified wife or mother or whoever's there is just like, oh my God, what are you doing? And they're just like, we need to extract it. Stand back, man.
We only have 24 hours. He's been dead 10 minutes.
This sounds like, and I think you should leave, Sked. doesn't
It
it?
really
Just
does.
imagine Tim Robinson just like, ma'am, please get out of the way. Ma'am, we need to extract it.
It's really good, all right? It's really good.
It's still really potent in this form.
We're all trying to get his cum here, all right?
Everyone wants a piece.
You'll thank me later.
China, Palestine, Russia, stand back.
I just want to say on the record, because you said earlier that like apparently some parents are requesting their children's sperm, which is
Well, this was
Whoa,
before.
whoa,
Now
whoa.
it's just happening to everybody.
Adult consenting, technically, legally speaking, consenting adults.
sure. But I want to say this. Allegedly, my mom may listen to this podcast from time to time, and if she's listening to this episode in particular, you do not have my permission. You can't. If I die, I'm done.
So it's like instead of like a DNR, a do not resuscitate, it's a do not DNH, do not harvest.
Put that on my
do not
tailbone.
erupt.
I want a fucking tramp stamp that says that.
Do not harvest.
Yeah, have you heard about Brian Johnson? He's the tech.
Oh, the blood. Yeah, he's got the blood boy.
Yeah, he has a blood son. So it's like he's got his 18-year-old son is providing him with fresh young blood. But one of the things that's come out recently, and this is reported by very reputable news source, the New York Post. So this is how he's getting his blueprint out of like how to live a younger life, even though this man looks like garbage. Like when you look at him, you're like, he hasn't gotten younger on any real level, it feels like. And so one of the things though is that he has, and this is the actual art, it's a real article in the New York Post, legitimate news organization apparently. Tech mogul Brian Johnson undergoes shock therapy on penis to get erections of an 18-year-old.
He says that he has the penis of a young man, of like a 23-year-old man in this interview. They're just like, how young would you say your fucking cock is, sir? And he's just like, 23, give or take a year. Like, who the fuck has these answers ready-made? Billionaire psychopaths must be stopped.
Exactly.
Yes.
Literal psychopaths who are spending tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars to look the same age, but look like they're trying to be younger. That's not how this works, guys.
So the quote that he said, because he was interviewed about this, is that he goes, there's this technology. You have a wand and you sit in a chair and the technician uses the wand and basically shocks your penis through acoustic technology. It's a technology that has a broad range of applications, and it's also used for erectile dysfunction, adding that he currently experiences no sexual dysfunction, but he's still doing this anyways.
That's so interesting. I have an acoustic nephew. I'm sure he would love to hear this.
Yeah, he goes, the treatment is painful, describing the pain as a 7 out of 10, but a 9 out of 10 at the tip. Oh my God. Yeah, he also says, I have been shocked by the results. I'm now...
boo.
Yeah, boo!
Shut up.
He goes, I'm now 2 months in. My subjective experience is as if my penis has gotten 15 years younger.
I can't age my dick.
How would you tell? How would you tell if your cock's gotten younger? Did it shrink?
I barely think of myself as being almost 30. How am I going to judge the age of my cock?
Would you be able to tell, Robert? If I de-aged your cock and you woke up the next day with the same cock you had when you were 18, would you be able to tell?
No, I wouldn't. There'd probably be just a slightly fewer creases.
Yeah.
You know, we want to hear from you, listener. If we de-aged your cock by 10 years, would you know? Write us in at seinfrick@gmail.com.
Please don't. I don't want to know about your dick.
SEINFRICK@gmail.com. We actually don't want to know.
Or if you're a woman, you're a vagina?
If you're a woman and we de-aged your cock, would you know?
Would you be surprised that you have one now? Would you just like kind of wake up normally though?
Yeah.
I did forget to mention about the whole like cattle prod Israeli like semen extraction thing.
Oh, good. There's fucking more.
No, this is the very last bit. Is that apparently that's also like a cure for hiccups, like exasperated hiccups that can last for like months at a time.
I'm sorry.
They're called intractable hiccups, and apparently a method for dealing with them.
Honestly, in fairness, if I was stuck hiccuping for more than like 2 or 3 hours, I'd be like, stick it in my ass. Like,
you're like, I gotta try anything. Get this over with.
I had a hot doctor examine my balls. I think I talked about this one time, and I really gotta say, if she was poking around in my asshole, I would not like that very much.
You wouldn't bust.
Yeah, I would.
You just hate it, but I'm gonna bust.
Yeah.
I did have like an experience when I was like 14, and I had to get a physical before my psychiatrist would prescribe antidepressants. At the time I was 14.
I can't wait to find out how this is related. Please continue.
The way it was related was because the nurse who examined my balls was very hot.
Oh,
At least to
okay.
my 14-year-old self, she was very
I thought she
hot.
jerked you off. It was just like, you don't need antidepressants.
Yeah, probably. I think that would have worked. It was awkward as shit, and I almost cried. I'm sorry. Being 14 and being like having a 10 out of 10 fondle your balls when you're supposed to be like, I'm not dying, am I?
That's really rough.
It was rough.
Does it bother you guys that there are tags for fan fiction? Like there are tags for like pics of hentai?
Yeah, explain this.
You got to get further into this.
Yeah, sure. There's a bunch of strange tags that they use as like a code for these type of entries into fan fiction. I'm learning about this because my girlfriend reads fan fiction. There's this tag they call, it's like dead dove do not eat or something like that, which is supposed to be, I think, like incredibly violent or gore or something like that, just like nasty bullshit. They have a specific tag for like scat or main character death. They like speak in code to each other. And ladies, you really thought you could hide this one from me, didn't you? I thought you were smart. Old Buck's got a trick or two up his sleeve. Like knowing women. You weren't expecting that. Well, I'm about to divulge your secrets on a podcast that men listen to, not like the Brittany Broski podcast.
Where is this going?
An incomplete guide to AO3 tags. AO3, of course, being the primary offender.
What's AO3? You have to say what these things are.
AO3 is a fanfiction website. I don't know if it's an abbreviation or not. I'm just dating a woman who likes it.
Okay,
all right. Archive of our own.
Is this like kind of a bit like if like you and your girl swapped porn? Like what are you watching this week, honey?
Yeah. You ever tried that?
No. Have you actually? That is a good question. Have you ever watched porn with a girl you're dating? Malcolm.
No, I haven't actually.
You haven't?
No. I feel like, I don't know. Some of the girls I've dated have been weird about that, so it's never been a thing. Wouldn't be opposed to it. Maybe that's why I'm single right now. Maybe I need to find that girl.
Open.
You got to make the power move, Malcolm. You got to be like, let's watch gay porn right now. You're like reviewing it like it's football or something. Just like, watch this.
God, look at that angle.
Take notes.
You got like a play-by-play pen you're circling. Just like, look at the gawk action here. You got a little arrow joining to his fucking neck. Just like, look at that balls.
Oh my God.
Look at that.
Incredible.
You see how deep he takes that?
Screw the banana. I've purchased this kielbasa sausage.
I feel like she'd turn it around and she'd be like, look how this guy's really fucking the other guy. And just like he's very rhythmic and he's very much like in the moment. You could take some notes here.
Yeah, when he tells him he's about to come, he doesn't like slow down or speed up. He keeps going. That's smart.
Smart play by a smart performer.
10 out of 10 play from fucking Roll Buckster or whatever the fuck his name is. Who's going deep in 20.
Can you imagine Robert like fucking standing on rooftops in Israel with like the fucking the masked man get up from Sailor Moon? Except his fucking cane is a fucking cattle prod. He's like swooping down to extract the cud from fallen IDF soldiers.
What is it from Sailor Moon? Is like Senior Mask or something?
Phantom Mask, I think.
The what?
Tuxedo Mask. That's
Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah. Robert's got the Tuxedo Mask. Get up, he swoops into like combat zones and fucking sticks his fucking cane up people's asses. Makes him come, and the IDF soldiers are like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's like, "I'm saving the future."
I can't stop. kill me.
This is mysterious Mr. Delilah. He's struck again.
If there was a guy, I don't care what he's doing, but if there's a guy running around a war zone in Tuxedo Mask outfit, there's like something about that.
Do you think the Hamas terrorists stop and they're just like, oh my God, Tuxedo Mask?
He knows Sailor Moon. It's just some guy in Hamas who's just like, I'm a big fan.
You can still go there, right? You haven't been officially banned yet?
No, I mean, I had a girlfriend who was banned, but that's like it.
How did she get banned?
Oh, because she was, I'm trying to remember what country she was in, but she went to a Middle Eastern country. I don't know what exactly, but then she immediately went to Israel, like via land border, and didn't disclose that she went to that country. And so they did their own investigation, found out that like, oh yeah, her passport got stamped in there. And then she was in detention for something like 48 hours and then deported to Lebanon.
That really sucks, but at the same time, it does sound like she was trying to do something extremely illegal.
I really like her, don't get me wrong.
Was she under the impression that the Middle East was just like Europe and she could just like travel like that?
A little bit, yeah. She was definitely a world traveler kind of person where she would like show up to a country with absolutely no plans whatsoever and then just kind of deal with it.
To be dumb with that much money. As is usually the case, this is one of our funnier episodes because it is centered around semen and cum.
Yeah. It's one of our funniest episodes simply because it is the worst.
Well, we'll give the listeners this chance to stop for air because I know that they've been...
yeah, we gotta wind it down a little bit. I'm like...
You're just hearing that, you're just like, jeez.
Let's get a fan submission. Cut this part out. We'll do a fan submission.
So this is a listener request or a listener question from someone who would like to be known as Shy, S-H-A-I. And their song recommendation is Kendrick Lamar featuring J-Rock, Money Trees. Good song.
That's a good song. Yeah, hold on. How did you spell that again? Shy,
S-H-A-I. Shy.
It could also be Shay. It might be.
It could be Shay. That's true.
Shy or Shay.
Could be Shy Ronnie. Their question is, how much money would you need to be paid to eat one of the other guy's poo in secret? You can't just take a bite. You have to eat a full log. Is there an amount you'd take? And how much more would you need to be paid to eat the log, but everybody knows you did it?
I don't think I could be paid to do that, first of all. Second of all, I refuse to participate in this obvious fetish question.
Yeah, this has just been the fetish hour. This has been the fetish hour extravaganza.
I draw the line at scat. Always have.
I draw the line at scat.
But you gotta admit, Harper, there's a difference between a theoretical, oh, would you do this for this amount of money, and someone like literally bringing out like $2 million on the table and being like, okay.
I honestly don't think I could do it.
No.
Like, even if you were just like, I will change your life, I will make you rich, and all you have to do is eat this turd.
Like, never work a day in your life again kind of money.
I would rather work than live knowing that I was only rich because I ate shit.
Yeah, you could do generational wealth.
Even if no one would find out about it?
Yeah, even if no one would find, I would still know. I would probably kill myself, and that's not even like a fucking joke.
So if this was like mandatory, you'd be like, nah, fuck this bitch.
Not even mandatory. If they were just like, well, this isn't even like a Saw situation. If I could walk away from the table, I would walk away 10 times out of 10. I don't think there's any situation where I eat feces for any amount of money or love.
Oh God.
Unless that is, I didn't know it was there and I was already eating ass. That's an accident.
You're okay with an accident.
So have you ever eaten ass before? You ever punched the fart box?
Why don't you answer the question, Mr. Delilah, the mysterious Mr. Delilah?
Yeah, I've fucking tongued somebody's ass before. It was great.
I would eat the shit. I would eat the shit.
No, don't put words in my mouth. I wouldn't eat the shit.
I would put shit in your mouth.
But I have eaten, I've eaten out somebody from behind, and you get up all in there. What? Don't look at me like that. Harper's like up into his camera. Just
Take a bite, Mr. Delilah. Have a piece. $18 billion could be yours, Mr. Delilah, but you just have to cut the turd and eat it.
I would not eat the shit. Maybe not for any amount of money. If someone says you rule the world, probably wouldn't do it, honestly, even then.
Yeah.
It's a metaphor.
It's a metaphor. Here's my real answer, which is that I have to get a minimum of, and this is, after tax, 100 million. I need 100 million. I'm joining.
After tax, 100 million.
Only 100 million? You could like...
No, that's for like, if no one knows. If no one knows and I have to eat it, I'm getting 100 mil.
What if everyone knows?
If everyone knows that I ate this poo to get the money, I'm joining the billionaires club. I want a fucking island. All right, give me an island.
You want an island so you don't have anyone giving you shit ever again. Everyone
Exactly.
just like, I want to live alone here, please. This is the only way I can live.
Salvation, give me isolation. It's the thing is also it's to eat each other's poo, which I believe is part of the question.
Yeah, so if you had to choose between Harper or
the thing is that there was a period of time, Robert, where I would have picked you, but then you posted on Instagram not long ago that you ate 3 hot and spicy McChicken sandwiches a couple of nights ago.
Yeah, and one was a combo.
And I'm going, what's going on with this diet? And a combo with fries.
Large fries, large drink. Yeah, it was great.
What kind of drink?
It was Coke. I've been started working out again, so I eat like 4 big meals a day now, and it's fucking killing me.
But the thing is, I also know that Harper eats a lot of caprese salads, and that's a healthy caprese salads.
Caprese salads.
I thought you said greasy stuff. I was like, no.
Yeah, no, he eats a lot of greasy salads. I guess is it an honor? Is it an honor for one of you two to be told that I would eat?
It's weird, Malcolm. No matter what, it's weird.
It is.
You seem
weird,
very eager to answer this question, by the way.
I'm trying to answer because one of us has to answer this question. A listener sent it in. One of us has to answer.
We are not contractually obligated.
As soon as you heard the question, we cut it out. But as soon as we heard the question, Malcolm started going, ooh, me, ooh,
me, teacher.
Yeah, he was raising his hand.
Listen, I just want to say to Shy or Shay or however you pronounce your name,
Shay,
fuck you for saying.
No, this is cursed. This is absolutely cursed.
Well, let's hear your answer, Shay. Who shit would you eat, huh? Yeah, not so easy now. It's Malcolm.
You're just gonna.
It's not even hard.
No.
I guess the one that's the healthiest would probably be eating your own shit, but I think that's also a thing that I couldn't do.
What?
I did see this on. I read this once that apparently, like, for people who are really into scat,
this is not real.
You can look it up. All right. This is as real as the IDF sticking probes up dead soldiers' asses.
So very real. So like scat people are like, oh, improve your gut biome.
I have to make sure I'm in incognito mode because I
Oh no.
What is wrong with you people? What do you spend your days Googling? Why do you read so much about this?
According to the Illinois Poison Center, eating your own poop is minimally toxic.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, wonderful.
Well, Illinois, I think, would have a different answer than the other 50 states, right?
Yeah, and don't worry. Did you want to know what Quora has going on its site? It says, "Is it safe to eat your partner's poop?" And then the top answer was, "Depends if your partner has any diseases and what they eat, if they do drugs, etc. If they're healthy, you're good to go. I used to eat my boyfriend's shit whole every week for about 5 months, and nothing happened."
Something happened. It's just taking a while. Let's be clear about that.
And that was V Chan, who's the Jingqiu simp. And then Pulad goes, pretty safe, never harmed me.
These are not real usernames. You are making them up.
These are all just Malcolm's sock puppets.
I would never lie to you.
It's so real. I would never lie to you. I would never tell you a falsehood. They're really Poo-chan. That's really pampered you. Okay?
pretty safe, never harmed me, and my boyfriend has a lot of gooey soft food just for me. In 8 years, I've never been ill.
Stop.
It's a fetish, but it's so good. When my mouth is full of this food, all you have to do is swallow.
Stop.
Okay, we need a jumping off point.
Okay.
This is the worst thing I've ever had. is terrible.
I'm gonna find the Pamper Chew, and you're gonna read the entire Pamper Chew set for the
No!
viewers' punishment.
Cut it! Oh my god, cut it!
You know about Pamper Chew,
I have
Malcolm?
no idea what that is.
Robert, you still there?
My internet's fucking up again.
So how many millions, Robert, do you need to do this?
Yeah, Robert. Let's hear the mysterious Mr. Delilah's answer.
After hearing that, never.
All right. Well, it's perfectly safe if you trust the Illinois.
No
Well.
ooey gooey pooey for you. That ends with $1 billion.
I'm gonna hurt you. I really
I'm
am.
gonna hurt you.
I'm gonna find a way.
Oh, this question has really broken me. It's really broken all of us.